The views expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect those of this station.
Welcome to Insights into Northeast Michigan, a WBKB News public affairs program. Insights deals with the issues affecting those in the community, as well as Northeast Michigan and the state. And now, Insights into Northeast Michigan.
Welcome to Insights. Today we're going to be talking about the Nursing Facility Transition Program that's run through NEMSCA. So my first guest is Megan Winterstein, and you're the case manager for this, correct?
Correct.
Okay, first of all, can you just tell me a little bit about the transition program?
Sure. The Nursing Facility Transition Program is a program for individuals that are currently residing in nursing homes. It's a program that allows them to live elsewhere in an adult foster care home, assisted living, or to return back to their own home in the community. The Nursing Facility Transition Program is about independent living and promoting quality of life in your home.
Okay, so why do you think it's so important for people to be involved in this program? Why does it make it better for someone to live at home versus in a nursing home?
Sure. I guess it just depends on what the person wants. We are very person-centered. I work with a registered nurse, and her and I go into nursing homes and we talk with individuals in regards to what they want. What do you want? Just because you have dementia or just because you have, a stage 4 terminal illness, cancer, does that mean you have to stay or live the rest of your life in a nursing home? So this program allows them to come home and basically get similar services to what the nursing home offers in their home, such as medication setup, homemaking, personal care, help with bathing, toileting, anything that they would need or that they possibly could get in a nursing home, we can offer that in the home.
Okay, so now every person who decides they want to be a part of this program, do they have to use your nurses, or can a family step in and say, look, we as a family would like to take care of our loved one?
Basically what we do is we go into nursing homes, and this program is a Medicaid funded program. So first you have to have Medicaid. You have to have a barrier to transitioning. So for an example, maybe I would love to go home, but I can't because I need a ramp. I went into the nursing home and I was able to walk, but now I am in a wheelchair or I'm bedbound and I need a ramp. So you have to have somewhat of a barrier. The next thing would be you have to qualify medically for the program. You have to basically have some sort of qualifying demeanor to be able to qualify for the program. And then after that's discussed, we bring the client home. We provide agencies in the home, such as like a third-party agency that has home health care workers, and they come into the home and they help my clients with assistance with ADLs, activities of daily living. And if the family, because there are individuals that do not feel comfortable with people coming into their home, NEMSCA does have a great self-determination program, which allows basically the family to choose, or the individual to choose, a family member or a neighbor or a family friend to possibly get paid to care for them in the home rather than an agency.
Okay, so they can choose to have their family help them versus an agency if they qualify.
If they qualify, that's correct.
Okay, and I know you talked a little bit about barriers. You have to have that sort of set up before you can start the program. Is that something you help families with as well?
Yep. So we basically sit down with the individual again on a one-on-one, person-centered basis, and we talk about all of the difficulties they would have coming home. So for an example, this woman's been in the nursing home for 5-10 years, and maybe she doesn't have a home, or maybe she does have a home, but it hasn't been lived in for a long time. So we help with, possibly, getting ramps built, getting different sorts of, lifeline buttons, medication set up, everything arranged in the home to make it livable for her again. So any of those things would be considered a barrier, anything that prevents her from going home initially.
Okay, and what do you think the benefits are of bringing someone home?
Well, I could sit here all day and tell you the benefits of bringing someone home. I know on a personal level, just quality of life. Everybody, if they had a choice and they were of sound mind, would obviously like to pass away in their own home or spend the rest of their life in their own home. So benefits could be basically just, person-centeredness, quality of life in your own home, being able to spend holidays together with family in your own home, seeing grandkids come over to the home, just being comfortable in a familiar, setting, being able to sleep in your own room, in your own bed, not being in an institutionalized setting, many others.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the benefits, and I know you've told me some stories of a bunch of people who have been in this, so you can definitely see the benefits. Now, how long have you been doing this program for?
I've worked with NMSCA for 5 years, and I've been involved with this program for about 3.5 years. It's a fantastic program, and it's only growing.
Is there a certain amount of people you can help, or can you just take on as many people who qualify for this program?
NMSCA as a whole has a nursing facility transition team in Sheboygan. We also have a team in West Branch, and then we have our Alpena team, which each consists of a case manager and a registered nurse. Basically, whoever's eligible for the program, once they're identified, whether that's a referral from the nursing home, referral from a family member, or I go out and seek them myself, we can take on as many people as we can. Obviously, NMSCA does have other teams. They do a little bit of different. They have different jobs, but we all work together and we just make it happen.
Okay, so it's not only here in Alpena then,
No,
correct?
that's correct, yeah.
Okay, it's in Sheboygan, you said, and West Branch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, NMSCA as a whole covers 12 counties. So I'll give you a brief kind of Gaylord, Grayling area, Tawas, Standish, Sterling, and then we go to Sheboygan, Rogers City area.
Okay, and now for people who want to get involved in this program, how can they get a hold of you and find out what they need to do for this?
Sure. Region 9 Area Agency on Aging, they can go to the direct website. They can go to NMSCA.org. They can look up the NIFTY program. It's called the NIFTY program. My name's on there, Laurel's name is on there, and there's many different ways to contact us. We do outreach. You can come to our office directly. If anybody watching this has an individual that's in the nursing home currently and is interested in this program, all they have to do is let their social worker know that's in the nursing home, and they should be well versed on this program and they should be able to give them information.
Okay, and now when people apply for this, do they have to already be in a nursing home, or can they call and say, look, my family member within a year is going to be in a nursing home, how do I prevent them from going there?
This program basically deals with individuals that are already in a nursing home. However, if an individual is in the home and they're at high risk of nursing home placement, or a similar situation is occurring where they've maybe gone in and came out, and the referral is being made with the individual in the home, but they're not in the nursing home at that time, Laurel and I can still go to the home, talk with them. There's lots of different areas of, we can work around any situation.
Okay, so people can just call and
Yes.
you guys will work out a system for each
Right.
individual person
Right.
then. Correct. All right, Megan, well, thanks so much for being here with us today. We really appreciate all you had to tell us about this program.
Okay, thanks.
All right, and stick around because we will be right back after the break. Welcome back to Insights, everyone. For our next segment, I am here with Laurel Nowak, who is a nurse for this program. So how are you doing today, Laurel?
I'm excellent, thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks so much for being here. Now, first off, can you tell me a little bit, how did you get involved with being a nurse with this program?
Well, at one point I was working in a nursing home and I worked at the hospital for a while. And then I found out about case management with NMSCA, and I decided to give it a try because you have a little more time to spend with people.
Okay, so have you enjoyed being a nurse for this program so far?
Oh yes, it's been a wonderful experience, and you really have time to become involved with people and hear what their thoughts and fears are and their needs, and then act on that so you can help them be more independent at home.
And what are some of the things you help people with as a nurse?
Well, one thing that I do with the social worker as a team is we go into 12 different nursing homes, and we do options counseling for individuals that are there to find out what their needs are, what their wants are, and then to see where we can go from there to help them actually be independent wherever it is that they want to be.
Okay, so you kind of start off working with the patient, figure out what they need, how you can help help them benefit from this program and then set them up in their home and stuff like that?
We figure out what kind of assistance or supports they would need to be independent, because that's a very huge quality of life for people, to make their own decisions and decide, how they want to live and where they want to live. So that's what we spend a majority of our time doing.
And what are some of the things that you provide patients with to help them in the home?
Well, we go into the nursing home, and I actually do a level of care determination to find out what it is that the person will need. And everything we do is person-centered. So maybe, for instance, they were walking and they had a stroke and now they can't go home because they need a ramp. So we contract with builders, and we could have a ramp built so that now they can get into their home with their wheelchair. And we also do home modifications.
And I know you said you worked in a nursing home before. So since you've worked in both settings, you've worked with people who have been in a nursing home and then been brought home, what is it like to see people make that transition?
Well, it's wonderful. I know there's some people in the nursing home that need to be there, and there's some people that want to be there. But for those people that choose to go home and live independently, it's a great reward to bring someone back to their own home and give them the support and assistance that they need to be independent.
Right. And so as an RN, could you tell me just a little bit more about the specific special help you give with each person?
Sure. So being a case management RN is a lot different from being a hands-on nurse, because I don't actually do medication setup, IVs, wound treatments, any of that sort of thing. I basically meet with the individual, find out what their needs are nursing-wise, and then we contract with individuals to come in and do medication setup, to do wound care, to assist people with their activities of daily living and their personal care. So I don't actually do the work, I just case manage it and make sure that it gets done.
So do you take part in kind of finding the people to come into the home to care for the person?
Yes.
Okay, so you match up the person specifically with people you think that would be able to help them best then?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and I know you have something, it's a lockbox medication program. What's that about?
Well, sometimes we have individuals that have a little hard time remembering to take their medications, or maybe the family's worried that they won't be taking the right day at the right time. So we do have medication boxes that lock, and a nurse will come and set up the medications and set the timer on the box. So at 8:30 in the morning, the timer will go off, a light will flash, and that reminds the client that they need to go take their medication. If they don't open the box and take the medication, a signal is sent back to the company, and the company will contact whichever company is coming here to set up the medication and let them know that, hey, she didn't take her medication, so someone will check on her.
Wow, that's a great program. So have
Yes.
you found a lot of success with it?
The few times that I've had to use the box, it has been very successful, and that also works through a company so that we can also provide a lifeline button. So there's certain individuals that want to go home, and maybe the family members say, I don't want mom at home because I'm afraid she's going to fall while no one's there, but mom says that's my choice, and I can still make my own decisions, and if I choose to go home and I fall, that's my choice. But we do provide them with a lifeline button so that if they do fall or something's happening medically with them that they need help, they can press their lifeline button and help will be sent to the home.
Now, is the lifeline button one they wear around their neck, like a necklace?
They can wear it as a necklace or also as a bracelet. Just depends on their personal preference.
And so when they press the button, does that call I know you said it calls help, but does that call the hospital, or does it call their nurses?
Well, it goes to a call center. So depending on which contractor we're using, goes to a call center. Someone comes over the phone and says, Mrs. Jones, Mrs. Smith, whoever, are you okay? And then if the person says, oh, I accidentally pressed it, they say, okay, have a good day. If they say they need help, the individual actually chooses who gets the call first. So maybe it would go to a son or a daughter, and then the son or daughter would make that decision, or it could go straight to 911, depending on what the situation is.
Okay, so there's a lot of, I know this program is very in-depth and there's a lot of parts to it, so you're basically involved in everything in this, correct?
Everything from beginning to end, and we always encourage our clients that, you know, if you're at home and you have a question or you have a need, call us. If we don't have the answer, we'll find it. And we just do whatever it takes to help them remain independent.
Now, is there, I guess, a time limit on how long someone can be involved in this program, or could they be involved in it for 10, 15 years, however long they need it?
Yep. The only thing that the only thing that keeps this program, an individual from not being in this program once they get in, they have to qualify medically, so they have to have a medical barrier to being in the program, and they also have to have Medicaid. So if they get an inheritance and they lose their Medicaid, they could go on a wait list, and once the money's gone, if it wasn't like a large amount, then they would be able to get back on the program. Okay. Also, we work very well with hospice. So if you have someone in the nursing home that wants to go home to die, then we work hand in hand with hospice, and maybe hospice goes in on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and NMSCA has aides that go in on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So the individual has care most of the time. The only thing we don't do is 24-hour care and provide medical transport.
Okay, so your nurses, they're not here 24 hours a day. It's just kind of going to help make lunch, help someone take a shower, that sort of thing.
And we always work with family members, because some family members say, gosh, I just need somebody there for mom, you know, during the day while I'm at work. And we can split the hours up. We can, you know, make it whatever works. We work very closely with family.
Okay, perfect. And it sounds like a wonderful program. You know, I'm hearing all these stories about it. It's a great thing that you guys are doing. So,
thank you.
I just want to thank you for being on our show today and letting everyone know what you do. All right, thanks so much. And stick around. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everyone. For our third segment, I am here with June and her daughter, Jackie, who have been a part of the Nursing Transition Program. So how are you guys doing today?
We're doing wonderful.
Now, June, you have been in a nursing home before. How many times have you been in the nursing home?
I've been in tender care 7 different times.
Okay. And then have you moved home every time since then?
Yes.
Okay. So what's that transition like, kind of living in a nursing home and then coming home again?
Sometimes it's very difficult because I'm a people person and I'm with people in tender care all the time, and there's always someone to talk to and get along with, and it's fine. It's wonderful. But when I come home to nothing, and it makes it very difficult. I don't like talking to myself.
Right.
But
and what's that like for you, Jackie?
It had made me very nervous when this program came about. We have providers that come in 3 times a day now, 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the afternoon, and 2 hours in the evening. And that has just, you know, made her be more independent with help. And I couldn't be any happier with that.
Okay. So people from the Nursing Transition Program come in then daily to help June?
Well, the NMSCA program stepped in for us, and they provided these people. They have everything in place for us to have Meals on Wheels, to have Life Alert, to have, you know, the different care people come in, therapy comes in, and they're just a phone call away anytime we need anything. And it's made her be able to be home independently, but yet with assistance.
Right. Now, how did you find out about this program?
I believe we have to go back several years because she's been in tender care for several years.
Right.
Laurel and Megan came to the facility, and I believe they talk with the social workers that are there. And everybody groups together and gets on board as to what she needs. She's on oxygen for COPD, so they get everything in line for that, and it makes it very easy to get her home.
Okay. Now, what was the deciding factor when you decided, okay, she's been in the nursing home for a while, let's find a program so she can
Right.
move home.
Right. These girls came forward with the COPD. I believe that makes her eligible for the program. And then they come on board with everything else. It's just that simple.
Okay. Now, is it easier for you to have her at home?
Oh my gosh, she's always wanted to be at home. She goes to tender care for her stay, and then she's chomping to get home. She wants to be home. And it makes it better for me to have these gals here. I can sleep at night knowing that she's safe.
Right. So are they here all night with her?
I think the last shift is till
6:30.
till 6:30. But things can be adjusted as what she needs.
Okay.
There's some girl here all the time at mealtime. I have the tendency not to eat, and it gets me in trouble.
Yes, it does. They encourage her to eat.
That's good.
Yes.
So June, do you get along with all the ladies well, and do they help you out quite a bit?
Oh yes, they're all very helpful. My gal last night made me a fried chicken dinner, which I was very happy for. They go above and beyond. And they'll do anything and everything that I ask them. And I certainly wouldn't ask them to do something that I couldn't do myself, but they're here and they will do it.
So what are some of the things they help you with?
Well, they're, like I said, they cook the meals. Things like I can't do, walking with a walker, I can't run the vacuum. I can't make my bed because I've got a new shoulder and so on and so forth. They do the dishes, they do the laundry. They can assist me with my shower if I need it. They're always doing something, dusting, watering plants, mopping the floor, sweeping the floor, washing the shower out.
Right. And what's it like to know that you can rest easily in your home, knowing that someone's always going to be here to help you?
It's a real godsend to have girls, that you can trust. Good help is always hard to find, and the girls that I have right now are very good.
Okay.
And they're willing to take me places. They can take me to the store, and I can do my own grocery shopping, but they assist me in getting the electric cart out to the van for me. Or like one of the girls said that she's going to start taking me to church and senior citizens and wherever, out for dinners. Just try to get out in the world.
So you've really built a relationship with these ladies.
Right.
And they've sort of become like friends and family, I'm sure.
Definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. So what were some of the issues you were having when you were in the nursing home that made you decide you wanted to come home?
Well, I was getting to the point at the end that I felt I was capable of coming home and doing different things. I still can't walk very good, and I guess that'll come with time. And I just felt it's time to come home. I can only do so much there, and I got to get home and work on my own.
Right. And I know you said several times that you really enjoy being home, and it's nice to know someone's here to help you from the program.
Right.
Right. So I want to thank both you, June, and Jackie for sharing your story with us today and letting everyone know about your experience with this program. So thank you so much for doing that.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And thanks so much for joining us on Insights this week. Tune in next week for another episode.
Insights into Northeast Michigan is produced by WBKB News. If you have any comments, suggestions, or topics you would like to see on a future show, please email WBKB News. This has been a production of Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation. All rights reserved.